Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now March 1st of 2023 with The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 1, also simply known as Chapter 17, now available on Disney+. I gotta say, spectacular episode. It flows very nicely, even for a short episode that was like 30 minutes and change. I thought it was a great addition to The Mandalorian. It was a great start. And there's a lot of different sequences that really just flow very nicely from the very beginning to the middle to the end. It's just not a drag at all at any point in time. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. Now, given that, yes, John and Dave have been teasing a lot of different things about what's to come for the future of Star Wars, be it TV shows, movies, books, it doesn't matter. They are revealing everything all at once and teasing things on how Star Wars is going to evolve and basically borrowing a lot of aspects from Star Wars Legends to bring that back to life. And that's basically a love letter to George, because George really approved a lot of Legends content back in the 90s and the early 2000s, even spilling into the early 2010s even. Lucas was still approving stuff. But anyways, I digress. What's even all the more important is John and Dave's marketing campaign for both The Mandalorian, the Ahsoka series, and a whole lot more on the horizon, and exactly how this in particular actually involves Dave Filoni revealing something very exciting for the character of Anakin Skywalker and more. So one thing that we do know for sure is that we already know that Dave Filoni is very close with John. He is following that marketing style of just hyping the fans, teasing a lot of things of what's to come for Mando Season 3 and 4 and beyond. Now, with FAVREAU and Filoni actively developing multiple seasons of The Mandalorian and now the Ahsoka show, they have also been teasing fans some very exciting things about the future of the franchise. Now, Dave Filoni recently was able to provide fans some exciting details about one thing in particular. Dave Filoni went on to state in a recent interview the following to fans. So I have been working on Ahsoka for a while now. It's been a very fun project that we are now just starting to wrap together in post, and we hope to get this out by the fall sometime, which looks extremely likely now. But I will say it has been the time of my life doing something very special between the relationship of Ahsoka and Anakin, and how we are going to further expand on that connection between the two characters. I am proud to say that we are going to be revealing brand new angles to Anakin that are going to create jaw-dropping events in this show. And I mean something that will leave fans talking about it for years. We made sure to talk about this closely with George, and he absolutely loves what we are doing with Anakin and Ahsoka. So let me just pause here quick. I want to actually just go over what Dave Filoni is also alluding to here, is that we already know that Hayden is back for the role of Anakin again, as well as Darth Vader in the Ahsoka series. He's doing a lot of great things with that, and the thing that really takes me by surprise the most is how Filoni's putting it out there that we are going to be getting new angles of Anakin, and basically a version of Anakin that we have never seen before in the franchise. And he's going to elaborate on this further in just a second. We'll tap into that in 1 minute. But the thing about Filoni is that what I like about him too, just as much as FAVREAU, is that he loves the Skywalker bloodline. He loves the Skywalkers themselves, and how they are able to incorporate them into stories like The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, the upcoming series called Star Wars Mandalore, and a whole lot more on the horizon. And this just adds more value to the character of Anakin. So we got Anakin by Joby Harold, in the Kenobi series, in the forms of flashbacks to the Clone Wars era, which I thought was very well done. That was probably like the best part of the series, to be honest with you guys, that had not only the best production value, but it also had great dialogue in there, great fight sequences between the, training session. But I digress. The thing about this that even gets all the more exciting is what Dave Filoni has to tease here, so let's get right into that. So, he goes on to elaborate. We are working on developing a version of Anakin that fans have never seen in a specific era, And you know how much me and John love using flashbacks and such, and that gives us great breathing room to explore different hidden aspects of characters while remaining in the present. Fans may be used to seeing the design of Anakin in the prequels, and I can confirm that we are approaching a brand new design for Anakin and Ahsoka that's going to be quite something else for sure. George told me that he believes this will even be bigger than Revenge of the Sith, and that really made me feel all the more reassured. Now, again, the fact that George told Dave that Anakin's use, or how he's going to be used in the Ahsoka series, it's going to be bigger than that of Revenge of the Sith. Now, we know that Revenge of the Sith was a groundbreaking experience, right? It had a lot of, moments where he's talking to Palpatine, we saw his slow decline into becoming Darth Vader, all these great things that just worked. It just worked in the movie, and George is elaborating to Dave that, yes, it is going to be bigger than Revenge of the Sith based on what John and Dave are putting together for the Ahsoka series Season 1 and 2. So again, like I say, we already know that Hayden has a multi-show contract deal. We talked about this of how he's going to be involved in over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects. That's like 10 different projects already, and most of which are live action. And what I like about this, too, is that Dave Filoni is really putting it out there that Anakin will be the center of the story to an extent, at least in some episodes, to kind of further evolve the character development of Ahsoka Tano in this post-Return of the Jedi era. We're going to be able to see the scars that she has, mentally speaking, of course, that's related to her losing Anakin. So Dave Filoni is all about Anakin. He loves the character. I mean, he loves exploring that character in Rebels, as well as Darth Vader. He does a fantastic job, let's just say that. So, honestly, I think that the Ahsoka series, they're going to knock it out of the park. I love Mando as much as I love The Mandalorian. I think that Ahsoka may very well be the first Star Wars show that will be a big hit that kind of falls into the mythology, right? The Jedi, the dark side, the light, the world between worlds, the Force, stuff like that. That's what this show is all about. And Kenobi was supposed to be that, but it fell flat for a lot of fans. So I think that Ahsoka will be the redemption of what Kenobi was supposed to be, basically. And this is going to be a John and Dave led project, so we have a lot of faith in them. And so far, Mando is doing fantastic. I thought Episode 1 was a great addition for Mando Season 3. But overall, guys, I think that John and Dave know what the fans want. They know their audience. I like how he actually admitted a couple days ago that he listens to all the fans. He listens to everybody, and that's a part of his job, and that's a part of what he himself believes in. He believes in listening to the fans, and that's all there is to it. So, yeah, guys, fill me in below in the comments, what you guys have to say about all of this about Dave Filoni and Anakin. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.